So today we were in Gibraltar.
We were in Gibraltar, and what did we see on the way in?
Hello everybody, Joyce here with the Traveling Gamblers, and I am here with John. Hello John.
Hello, Joyce.
And today we are in Gibraltar. Gibraltar is under the UK rule, and so we are technically in United Kingdom, I think. Mm-hmm. And it is our second port of our 15-day transatlantic. Mm-hmm. Yesterday was day 7 at sea.
Whew. Yes, that's a long time. That's the most we've been at sea. Mm. Yeah.
Longest number of days that we did back to back at sea. Mm-hmm. It was a lot.
Yeah, but I loved it. We did a lot of things.
We did. So we're going to do a complete video of the recap of everything since Bermuda,
right?
Since we left Bermuda, and up until today.
Right.
So we're going to do that next. So that's going to be a recap of everything. But this one is about today in the port day. So if you guys remember when we talked about, a lot of people asked if we were going to do the daily vlog, and we said that we would do the days that we were in port, because if we did it every day while we were at sea, so far we have had 9 days at sea, and it would be like Groundhog Day, and we don't think it would be interesting for you, so we're going to just do a recap video for that, like we did for the Bermuda one.
And for those that are just starting to watch us, these are unedited videos,
yes,
except for the B-roll.
Yes, so prior to the February 15th 2025 cruise, we would edit out bloopers, mistakes, things like that, and we decided that we're gonna not do that anymore. So this is the unedited version of that. So today we were in Gibraltar.
We were in Gibraltar, and what did we see on the way in? What continent did we see?
Africa.
Africa. You can see Africa going through the strait. So
we went through the Strait of Gibraltar, and I didn't know any of this, but the Strait of Gibraltar is the division of the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean. So we went from the Atlantic to the Mediterranean sometime overnight, and we are just past the Strait of Gibraltar, and that's where the city of Gibraltar is. I don't know what Gibraltar is.
I would think it's a city. Well, we have a map that we're going to post on it. Yes. You'll see where Gibraltar actually is.
Yes. So this morning, when we were coming into port, we had the navigation channel.
Oh, yes. We have a picture of that.
And John said, why don't you take some photos of that so that we can show them? So here are some pictures of our trip from the chart from Bermuda to Gibraltar today. And then I think it was a little bit closer.
Yeah, there was a few shots.
Right. So that's what these are that you're looking at now. These were the navigation channel on the ship. And it was gangway down at 8:30, gangway up at 4:30. So do you want to talk a little bit about that? Do you know like what that means, gangway up, gangway down, and the timing of like what time do we get into port? How long does it take before it's gangway down?
Gangway down, then they have to clear the ship, and then about a half hour later we can get off the ship.
Right. So we docked at 8. As John said, it takes about a half hour.
Right.
So that gangway down means that the ship has been cleared, and you're able to get off the ship. And I think it was actually cleared a little bit early this morning. I think it was cleared about 20 after 8. And then gangway up. Do you remember what time?
It was 5 o'clock, I think.
4:30.
4:30. Okay, but we left at 5.
Yeah. So all aboard and gangway up are the same thing. They're usually the same time. They're the same time for the passengers. The crew is usually an hour earlier than the passengers for back on board. And then the gangway was up at 4:30, and we left the port at 5. That process also takes about a half hour.
Captain Tassos did a 360 We didn't get a video of that,
No,
though.
we didn't.
Right.
But it was pretty cool while he was doing the 360 because we were looking out the window. We were at cab and we were looking out the window and we could see Africa and then we could see Europe. And it was pretty cool as we went around.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
And so when we started the morning, I went upstairs to the what's that name of that place I go to get the shakes?
The Spa Cafe.
Spa Cafe. Went up to the Spa Cafe and got it's a smoothie called the Refuel. I love it. It's peanut butter and banana and flaxseed and a little bit of honey. And I think it replaced my cheese Danish.
Much better.
Much better. Much healthier.
Much healthier.
Well, actually, we either do that for breakfast or we have it for lunch, but you can last the whole day with that. Yeah. And if you have the premium food package, it's covered with the premium.
Otherwise, it's $7.99.
Right, or an upgrade from the classic.
Right. So otherwise, it's $7.99, and I didn't think it was going to be that much of a healthy choice. But when I looked into it, flaxseed actually is protein, and I had no idea. So it actually is. It's not a bad. Yeah. Definitely better.
They use was it coconut milk? They use
almond milk.
Almond milk.
Right. So it's almond milk. Yeah. Like he said, the other ingredients, and then they blend it up with some ice, and it's thick, and it's like a 16-ounce cup. I rarely can drink the entire thing. It's very, very filling. But like John said, it sustains you for hours.
Right. Because when you're on the ship all the time, you don't want to eat 3 meals a day. Yeah. It's just crazy.
So we are still adjusting. We are now, since we last saw you, we are now 6 hours forward. I can't remember how it all broke down, but over the course of 7 days, we went 6 hours forward. No, did we do one before we got to Bermuda?
We did one before, and then it was, I think, 2. It was
in a row.
2 in a row, then a day, a break, and then another 2 in a row, I think.
No, another one, and then a break, and then another one, and then a break, and then 2 in a row.
Something like that.
Or something like that. Yeah. The last 2 were 2 in a row. But it's not just the loss of 1 hour. It's the cumulative loss of 1 hour of equaling 6 hours. So right now it is 7:30 p.m. ship's time, and it is 1:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. So we are 6 hours ahead of you. So we're losing the sleep. It's
a little rough on us, but I don't know how the crew does it, because they have to get up, and we love the crew. So
yeah. And we try to force ourselves to get up earlier than we would normally, or push ourselves to stay getting up early in the morning so that we are slowly adjusting. And this morning I woke up at 6 naturally.
I woke up around 3 or 4 and I couldn't go back to sleep.
Yeah,
I was just laying there. Good. Yeah, not good. But,
so we're going to do this video, and then we're going to do the other one. Sorry, my shoulder's itchy. I don't know. Did I get bit today or something? I don't know. But anyway, thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
So we are really tired, and tomorrow is another port day. Tomorrow, we can tell them where we're going to be tomorrow. We're going to wait.
We can. No, we can. No.
Okay. Tomorrow we're in Cartagena, Spain.
Oh, I love it there.
Yeah, we're excited for that. We've been there before.
Yes.
So today, want to tell them about the day? And
yeah, sure.
You tell them about the day, and I'll fill in where you might need some assistance.
Oh boy, you got a lot of filling in to do.
No, come on.
So we met our friends downstairs, Roy and KK. So Roy is the guest entertainer. One of the piano player, and he is excellent. We'll have some clips of him in some of our videos. And KK is good friends with now with us, and Monique, who was the comedian, and she went home. Yeah, she went home this morning, and we'll have some clips of her also. She probably one of the funniest people. Actually, I think she is. She's pretty funny.
Her stand-up is really good. Yeah. We talked about her in the previous video because she had done her show. I want to say that it was night 1 of the cruise, which is crazy. That was so long ago.
Right. Feels like it was forever.
Yeah.
So we got off the ship with Roy and with KK, and it was a little chilly when we got off, but we walked to the bus, which was about 10 minutes.
Okay, can I interject?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so if you guys remember, I was doing a lot of excursion planning over the last 6 months or so. And this was one of the things that I had planned. So I'd done my research. So a year and a half ago, in November of 2023, we were at this port before. And we were with a different group of friends. We were with Mark and Vicky. Love you guys. Leah and Robbie. Love you guys. And Mark's parents. And they are awesome. And we got off the ship and we did almost what we did today. But John had a hurt knee and wasn't able to really walk far. So he stayed on the ship. So this is the first time John's been to this port.
I loved it.
I basically replicated what I had done before. So it was pretty easy. But I still had to do the research to find. So I booked a hop-on, hop-off bus, which is actually, it wasn't a hop-on, hop-off. It was called a bus hopper ticket. And it was their city bus. They don't have a hop-on, hop-off bus here. And it was £6. I went to the website, buy tickets, BUY tickets.gi. For those of you that are planning a trip to Gibraltar or going to be here on one of your ports. And I did lots of research, and I'm actually going to do a video on researching and planning excursions in somewhere that you've never been before. So I'm not going to give you too many details about my research part. But anyway, I found this. I booked them. I booked the hopper ticket, and then I also knew that we wanted to go to the top of the Rock of Gibraltar. Right. Everybody's heard of the Rock of Gibraltar. And so I booked the tickets for that ahead of time. I prepaid for both of them, and I had an electronic ticket.
That was £19?
That was £19.
Just be careful. They try to sell you things when you get off the ship. I would do it beforehand.
Absolutely.
I mean, they were charging $40 or something.
Yeah,
£40, and yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of things. You already have your day planned. You don't waste time standing in line. We saw that firsthand when we got to the cable car.
Right.
There was a good half-hour line that we did not have to wait in. And it was really nice getting on the bus. I did the research ahead of time to find out how far the first stop was from the cruise port. And I then saved that last night as a Google map for GPS. And so when we got off the ship, we knew exactly where we were going. I texted it to myself. And so we got off the ship.
And we walked over to the bus, which is about 10 minutes away. We had to wait a few minutes. We got on the bus. So I asked them if this is going to the Rock, and yes. And it took about another 10 minutes or so to get there.
Yes.
We got there.
Nice bus, by the way.
Oh, yeah. They were nice. And we just got there. We climbed up some stairs.
So
you have some pictures.
I do. Okay, yes. I have video and photos that all throughout the day. So I'm going to just be inserting them. So what you saw was us walking, a little bit of a sped up walking to the bus stop, just to give you an idea of to give you guys an idea of what it looks like. And then there was a little clip, either a photo or video of the bus. Okay. So moving forward, we will just be inserting videos and photos where they're appropriate.
So I'll slow it down a little bit so you can put the...
Yeah, no, that's okay. It's okay. We'll figure it out.
Okay. So then you showed us, I think you showed us going up the stairs maybe. I don't know, you showed us some pictures getting to the cable car.
Yes. All of this is us at the cable car.
Right. And then, what did it? You could fit, I think, 20 people or so in the cable car. No seats. But it takes about 6 minutes to climb, to get up to the top of the rock. And then you get up there. We couldn't really see much. It was very cloudy. But it was exciting.
So here's some video from the climb in the cable car. And some footage from up above, up at the top. It was very cloudy, as John said, but here's a picture of what it looks like on a clear day. This was from a year and a half when I was there without John. He was on the ship. And what did we incur?
So, some monkeys. So they're without tails.
So I don't know. Are they the Barbary apes or are they monkeys?
But they're mean.
Tailless monkeys.
And they said, don't touch them. Don't bring any food. Make sure you keep all your belongings next to you because they will take it away from you.
What was the number one thing they said don't have?
Do not have a plastic bag with food in it.
Well, they said just don't have any plastic bags of any kind because they associate them with food.
Some people don't listen. And we got up there.
And check out this guy. So they warn you not to bring plastic bags with food. He has stolen someone's lunch. And I say he, but I don't know if it's a he. It could be a she. And he's being very picky about what he or she eats. They've dropped half of it on the ground. It's like he didn't like the tuna and he didn't like the ham. He was just sitting there. He had just stolen this bag and it was chock full of 6 sandwiches. And he sat there and he picked those sandwiches apart and he picked just the parts he wanted. He dropped the tomato on the ground and the next thing he tasted the ham and dropped it on the ground.
And the tuna fish, he threw it on the ground.
And he just ate the inside of the bread. He was like watching a 2 or 3-year-old eat. It was really, really funny.
He wouldn't eat the crust.
But then what happened?
Oh, when he got mad?
Yeah,
but I don't know if you have a picture of him getting mad, do you?
I don't, but I can actually probably find a video, a photo online of what the face they make. Yeah. But we didn't know this at the time.
Yeah.
So there's like a spiral staircase.
Right. And some guy, they said stay away from them, and this guy got too close.
Well, in all fairness, he didn't know that the monkey was sitting there.
That's
because
true.
He came up the spiral staircase, and as he came up to the top and stepped onto the landing, the monkey was right there, and the guy was like, oh, and the monkey made a face at him.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
And hopefully I can find a photo and insert it here. So it was after we were all done and we were leaving, there were some boards, storyboards that were telling a little bit about different things about the rock. And there was a picture of the monkey making that face. Mm-hmm. And it said that was their pre-warning face before they attack.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
So there was also, what was it, a seagull? I don't know what kind of bird it was. So waiting for the monkey to finish to get the food. And
the seagull was.
Yeah, and it flew by a couple of times, landed again, and then we took a picture of Roy. He wanted a picture with the monkey behind him, and there's a picture of him with the seagull swooping down, and the monkey over there. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, the timing was amazing.
Yeah.
Timing was amazing, and it's a live video, a live photo. So if you hold your finger on it, which I can't demonstrate to you, but if you hold your finger on it, you can actually see the bird appear out of the fog and come and swoop in right between Roy and the monkey. Oh. So then what did we do while we were there? Do you know?
Oh, what did we do? We went down. We walked down a little bit to the snack place, and they Roy and KK had some juice or something, and we sat and talked for a little while, and then we headed back down to the cable car.
So there's some pictures of the cafe, right. And it was a little bit of a souvenir shop, and they had some snacks and stuff. Yeah. But then what?
We took the cable car down.
Excuse me? Yes?
Yes, and when we got off, we started walking. Mm-hmm. And we walked into the town area.
Main Street.
There were a lot of stores there. Huh? And we stopped off in a few places, purchased a few things. KK purchased something for a daughter, and Roy purchased something for his wife. Yeah. And then we asked where a good place to eat, and they said go down to the square. And that's what we did. We went down there and had fish and chips.
Yes.
And it was delicious.
Here's a picture of the fish and chips.
Right.
And then we decided to walk back to the ship from there. It was about a 20-minute walk. And let's see. So far, I have walked 4.39 miles today with 10,957 steps.
I did about the same.
So it was a good day. We're both really tired. We were off the ship by about 10:30, and we were back on the ship about 2:30. So we were off the ship for about 4 hours, and it was really nice. It was an overcast day. It was draining. It was raining. I was going to say raining and drizzle. Yes. It was raining a little bit this morning, but it stopped, and it did not rain again for the rest of the day. But it was really nice. It was in the mid-60s.
Yeah. It was good.
And it was great.
I always get cold, so I was a little chilly, but then I was able to take my jacket off, and it was okay.
And then eventually you took off your long sleeve shirt too.
I did do that,
and just had your t-shirt on.
Yes, with your assistance.
So it ended up being really comfortable rather than sunny and hot. You know, when you're walking around, you don't really want that. Came back to the ship.
Yeah, so they check your ID getting into the gate, and then they check it again getting into the terminal. And we just walked onto the ship and went to cab. And what did we met up with Talmadge and Richard over there, and then we met up with KK and Roy. Sat for a while, had some coffee. A couple hours. Then we decided, since we ate that lunch, which was pretty filling, we decided to grab something at Craft Social. So we had some wings, and we split the chicken sandwich into quarters.
Take pictures of it.
Oh, okay. Well, another time.
Yeah. You guys have seen Craft Social food. Right. So we had some wings. We got the chicken sandwich. We had them cut it into 4. And some truffle fries and the Gruyere tater tots. So the 4 of us shared. And so I had 3 wings, about 5 French fries, 1 of the Gruyere tater tots, and a 4th of the chicken sandwich. And that's it. We're done for the day. No more food. And we are back in the cabin. We skipped tonight's show because we are both really tired, and we knew we had 2 videos to record. So the day in Gibraltar was a success. I got my patch.
You did.
I don't know where my patch is. It's in my bag. I'm going to get my patch to show you.
So that's 50 some odd patches since last May.
Yeah,
a year ago.
60.
60? 60 patches?
60,
oh, wow.
I think.
So, and she gets a patch for each city that we go to. So I don't believe it, but we went to 60 cities since May.
Well, it's been a year.
And cities and,
it's been a year.
Wow. Yeah.
And there's there are a couple specialty patches. Like we went to the Volcano National Park in Hawaii, so I got one for there. So this is my Gibraltar patch. And it's the Rock of Gibraltar. And it's really good. It's not an iron-on, so I'm going to have to either figure out, there's no glue on the back. I'm going to have to either figure out, put some glue on it, or sew it on, or both.
And you still have to decide what to put it on, because you don't want to put it on that backpack. So
I decided against the backpack, guys. I decided to get some kind of like a vintage tote, or a vintage like messenger bag, something that I can actually carry with me when I travel. Somebody had suggested a duffel bag, and I'd actually thought of that, but I don't want to use a duffel bag. I would really like something in the version of a backpack, something that I could carry with me. That's why I think a messenger bag would be good, but I don't know if there's going to be enough space. But anyway,
so if I had a collection, I would use something like a shadow box and just hang it on the wall. But I want to bring it with me on my travels. I want to bring it with me. Like, you remember in the suitcases, and people would put the stickers on it.
Yeah. So I'll I'll know it when so I'm thinking that maybe in one of these thrift stores that I might find something. And how cool would that be if I found something in Europe?
We might be able to find something in TJ Maxx.
Well, yeah, but that's not going to be something.
It's TK Maxx. Here it's TJ.
Right, but that's not going to be something. I want something kind of
vintage,
old. I want something kind of beat up and conditioned and broken in, and something. It's going to have to be fabric because I'm going to have to iron them on. But we'll figure that out. So. Yeah. And that does it.
Yes.
That does it for our day in Gibraltar. We really had a great day.
I really did.
We parted ways with KK and Roy at 7. They went off to see the show. We came back to our cabin, and here we are. And it is now almost 10 to 8. We are going to do FaceTime with our grandson when we're done. And then we will do our recap video. And that's going to be interesting because we are going to be remembering off the top of our heads.
I'm going to try to remember. Yes.
Last 7 CDs. It's going to be interesting. They were pretty busy. I'm really surprised. I didn't get to do really any of the craft type stuff that I brought to do.
You started it. It's really nice.
I started to do a drawing.
A scenic type of
drawing of a photo that I took in Alaska last year. And that does it. So maybe I'll show you guys the picture when I'm done, if I ever finish it. And that does it. That does it for the day in Gibraltar. Okay. Port number 2 of many ports to come on this trip. So we're not just doing just this cruise. We're going to do every new place that we go. Not even every new place that we go. It doesn't have to be new for us, but every port or every time we go, like we're going to Venice. The Venice is not a port. That's coming later. But, okay. That does it for today's video. You guys know what to do. Hit the thumbs up if you liked it. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button below this video and turn on that notification bell. So after you hit subscribe, then you need to hit that same space again. The word subscribe goes away and a bell comes up. It's a gray box and you tap it again. And then that turns on the notifications. So that will let you know whenever we post a new video so you don't miss anything. And I've actually had a couple people come up to me this cruise and say, I don't know why I'm not getting the notifications. I don't know why I'm not getting notified when you have a new video. And I said, well, it's because you don't have your notification bell on probably. And so they've opened up their account and I've showed them how to do it. So it made me realize that where there's smoke, there's fire. I probably need to tell you guys that. So hit subscribe. And then hit the notification bell. So if you've already subscribed and you don't get notifications, that's what you have to do to get them. You hit that bell. And share this video with anybody that you think might like it. Please, spread the word. We are over 23,000. We're almost at 23,100. And we're climbing every day. Trying to get to 25,000. It would be amazing if we could get that sooner than later. We need your help to do that. So share, like, subscribe, comment. All of it helps. We really appreciate it.
To subscribe doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, it's free for you guys to subscribe.
It just helps us
absolutely. It helps us out because we do this for free, essentially. We get a little bit of money from YouTube each month, but it's not much. And we do it because we love it and we want to share with you. It would be awesome if we could get a little bit more money from YouTube. And the way that would happen is if you subscribe, like, share, comment. All of the above helps us. And that does it for today's video.
It does.
We appreciate your support so very much. And as always, we hope you have a wonderful day.
See you soon.